everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Kettle Talk. I'm Eldridge, and to my left is
Bess,
Allison,
D'Artagnan,
and we want you to have a sip and a seat. Okay, so we pulled this burned up piece of paper, and I see why the shit is burned up too, because it's hot as hell. The question came about, there was a post on Facebook, and we were asking the question, is marriage a woman's ultimate goal? And I think that Dar, you had a post that you said you looked at. It was in Facebook recently about women's ultimate goal being marriage.
No.
Or something about that. What the hell was that post?
They
Come
said,
on, Al, you know what my post
Shit, she know what the
said.
post was. Hey, I'm challenged. I'm post challenged.
men think, or people think that a woman's number one wish is to find the perfect man, when in fact every woman's number one wish is to eat anything she wants to and never get fat.
No shit. That's the true thing.
That's my number one.
Eat whatever the hell you want. So how do you guys feel about that? Statement.
I don't like that statement because I feel like it seems like a woman's happiness or whatever is centered around her having a man. And I don't like that. And if you look like in media, or think about like Disney,
Fairy tales.
all the kids Disney movies, all the fairy tales is about a woman being in a hopeless situation
and being rescued,
and a man coming to rescue her. Think about Cinderella. Think about Snow
That's
White.
my absolute favorite is Mulan.
The Frog.
Beauty and the Beast.
Right. The Princess and the Frog. She lived her life as a
That's
miserable
why I
frog.
love Mulan. Mulan didn't need a man. In fact, she went and saved the entire country all by herself.
Exactly.
Hello, Michelle Obama.
She was the princess.
Right.
So that's why Mulan is my hero.
Think about every movie is like that almost. It's
Yep.
never, and if it's something that shows an alpha female being in her independent, then it's like she's too strong. Or she can't be a man because she's her own man. I even think about when we watched what was that? Steve Harvey. Think Like a Man, where Taraji couldn't get a man because it was like, you too strong. You need to lower your standards a little bit.
You need to soften up a little bit.
You want a man that makes six figures. You're thinking too much. You want a man that has his own. You're thinking too much. You need to compromise. And she ended up settling for the man who didn't have any. I mean, eventually he came to have something, but I don't like how it's just like society tries to mold us to be like, you're helpless and useless until you find a man. I don't like that.
Right, that's the only way that you can be complete.
No.
And every single text, and when I say text, I talk about movies, I'm talking about books, I'm talking about anything that you look at, it always says as once upon a time she was in hell, and then Prince Charming came with his dirty ass laundry, and then she was saved all over again. Okay? You think about some of the underlying tones in like Snow White. She had to be that cleaning up for them old ass.
Right, a maid or Cinderella. Cinderella couldn't leave on her own. Why didn't she was she a grown woman or something?
Yep.
She couldn't have the backbone to leave on her own. She was in a situation where she was taking care of her stepsisters and her stepmother, and she was cleaning the house and being just talked down to, and then all of a sudden the man came to rescue her and she went with him to get married. Obviously she was old enough to leave the house on her own and get married. Why couldn't she have done that on her own without a man?
The thing that gets me is in Beauty and the Beast, she had to settle for an ugly dude. I mean, it's like we'll take anybody. And I was thinking, this is going to sound way off, but did y'all remember studying Henry VIII in the movies and how he had those 8 wives? And when they projected Henry VIII in the Tudors, I don't know if you ever saw that, they made Henry VIII look like Henry Caviezel. He was this beautiful, good-looking white man. When in fact, when you go back and do your study on Henry VIII, he was a real big fat guy. He had sores all over his body, and he was a turnoff to anybody. So I don't even understand how, other than status, that he got all those women. So are we looking for status in life, and are we brainwashed to think that we can't achieve that status on our own?
Well, I mean, honestly, look how disgusting some of the like ultra rich men are, and look at their wives. Like a prime example of disgusting.
Trump.
Yeah, thank you.
Who is Trump and his wife Melania?
She don't even hold his hand no more. Please,
Never held his hand.
Who would want to hold his hand?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's not go politics.
Yeah, but
I'm just
giving you
saying, like, the
examples.
unfair example of
Yeah.
like any woman in a power suit is expected to take it down a bit and soften up a little bit and be beautiful and presentable so she can get a man, while her counterpart, the man in the power suit, could be 500 pounds and disgusting, and he's got a trophy wife because he's got a bank account. How does that
But how much
out?
of that stereotype are we actually perpetuating? Because if you look at all the women who are now, I hate to say it, in rap videos, the way that they paint themselves, and I just saw a rap video release where the women were like, all of this shaking and everything. It's kind of like you trying to show who got the biggest boobs and the biggest ass so you can be appealing to the male singer that's there. It's not a woman rapper that has all of these women half naked in these videos that these women are clamoring to. And then if you think about all the men in the videos, when you look at them, they're not always cute, but look at the women that they have. If you ain't a dime, you ain't nothing. So think about that stereotype and how we actually help and perpetuate that stereotype as women. I mean, are we that desperate? I'm not that desperate. I'd rather be by myself.
Oh no,
But
I'll tell
also-
somebody exactly what I think very quickly, and no problem.
That also goes back to the question of how media transforms our idea of what beauty is, and how we see all of these black shiners. Like I just seen a post of Kylie Jenner, and she was like showing off her body, and she had like the perfect figure body, and everybody was like, "Oh, she bad, she this, she that." Or a black shiner, it's like you forget about who the person is, but as long as you got a nice body, that you get.
Megan Thee Stallion too.
That's one that also makes me upset. She just came out with a song that said, "I'd rather be a bitch because that's what you're gonna call me anyway," something like that. I felt really strongly towards that song because it's like, well, I'd rather just take the name of you calling me I'd rather take the name and claim to be a bitch because I know that's what you're gonna say behind my back.
Did you see the video? What I felt was really demoralizing for her is the video that was posted of her in the bed with G-Eazy. Did you see that video when he had hands all, girl, you got to go and look at it.
And he was, and then she's like, they not together. But it was like, well, what's the purpose?
Well, they said that he did it just to make Halsey upset, his ex-girlfriend. But how could she let herself be objectified by that, knowing that that was what his intention was? I'm not your girl or nothing, but you're going to post these pictures. And one of the pictures was her walking up the staircase, displaying her ass and showing she is Megan Thee Stallion. And then the other picture was them laying in the bed, and you saw how he was touching all over her.
rubbing all on her. And I hate the way that women feel they have to perceive themselves in order to be beautiful.
Right.
Because what mainstream woman, covers up all their body and still is at the top? I can't think of anybody. Not in this day. I can't think of anybody. Think about Michelle. I'm talking about like music industry.
Well, Janelle Monáe is one.
But she's showing her ass too.
She's cute, but she's not totally naked in videos.
Right? No, she's not totally.
I've never
naked.
seen her totally nude in a video.
But she's also not super mainstream. How
That's
you
true.
see Meg Thee Stallion is. You see Rihanna. Rihanna always got her breast out. But don't get me wrong, they all are beautiful.
Right.
But they're objectifying themselves in some type of way, and that's how they stay relevant in a sense.
For one, I'm going to defend Rihanna for 1 second, only because she's not American. She's from Barbados. And in a lot of countries like that, where you have carnival, wearing tiny little is not, everybody does it. It's a costume.
It's part of their culture.
So, I mean, there's some, I get what you're saying, but I mean, like, I guess there's other
reasons for
but
it.
the fact that
as far as
here and think about the fact that we cannot really think of a relevant mainstream woman who is known for her brains as opposed to her body tells me that there is something going on in our world. Now you don't like Alicia Keys?
I don't.
What is it?
I don't know. I just don't like the whole, when people change to be a certain way, how they try to advocate and get other people to be that way. I don't like the whole, like, oh, I'm natural. And I just don't like her.
But again, I think that she's trying to help women to see that you don't have to wear a lot of makeup
That's exactly
and stuff.
what she's doing. Like, she's trying to show these young ladies that you don't need all that to be beautiful, because without all of that, she is still very beautiful.
Right. She is beautiful. She is beautiful. I just don't like her personality that I see.
Okay. Because then on the other hand is you have Lizzo. You know that a lot of, and that's another whole. I'm doing this to show you that it's around body image, and we talked about this earlier about why is everything enveloped in body image, and women, especially women of color, are notorious for criticizing other women of color. We talked about Tiana Taylor is one of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, amazing young woman, but they want to focus on her features and on what she doesn't look like, as opposed to who she is as a singer, as an R&B singer. So I think that one of the things that we as women do is we force other women to one up us with the way that we treat women who are not taking their clothes off. Because what you just said, I get it about Alicia Keys that maybe she's not, but again, she's telling young women, you don't need to take your clothes off. You don't need to wear a whole bunch of makeup. You don't need to do all these things to impress other people. You should be comfortable in your own skin and okay to go out the house natural. And the makeup industry and everybody else, they're the ones that are making money off of us with the eyelashes, the eyebrows, the hair, the nails. Whereas from a financial perspective, how much money do these women actually save? We went to a financial literacy class, Dar, me and you, and she talked about money scripts and how we have a problem with actually saving money because we're not directing our focus on self-sufficiency at a later point. So what do you think we can do as women to redirect our thinking, maybe, you know, to help other young women? Just final thoughts. If you had one thing you could do to help other women right now so that they could feel comfortable in their own skin, what would it be best?
I would just say exactly what you just said. Be confident in who you are and what you are. Don't try just because Meg Thee Stallion out here showing her booty don't mean you need to be showing your booty. Be comfortable in who you are and how you like to dress, and not to say that it's anything wrong with if you like to emphasize your body. That's fine.
Right.
If that's who you choose to be, that's fine. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying that have something else to offer.
Good. That's an excellent one.
Yeah, there was a Facebook post that showed 3 women taking selfies with, you know, just showing their ass. And I said, this is a picture of you showing me exactly what you have to offer.
Wow. Wow.
So you only have ass to offer me. What else do you have to offer me?
How many
What
likes
else can you bring? Oh, we ain't gonna talk about the likes. What else can you bring to the table other than a piece of ass?
How about you, Allie?
I completely agree. I mean, if you want to dress in a certain way, like I love to dress up when I go out. So I mean, but the first thing I'm gonna say to any man is, if you can't turn my mind on, none of this can get turned on either. So,
and I'm gonna say, keep it classy. You ain't always got to show the assy.
And on that note,
we out.
Keep it classy. You ain't
gotta show your